It's a Christmas special of the transfer show. Now on to Chelsea. Will they strengthen in the January window? Gary Neville feels that the board need to back Enzo Maresca by adding experience to the spine of the team.
I don't see the players in the centre-forward position or the centre-back position or the goalkeeper position being those characters. I think they're going to have to intervene and help them and give them sort of what would be a spine of sort of real fierce physical characters that gives those young players the ability just to feel like they're safe on. You go to Newcastle away, and I travelled there as a 20-year-old into Anfield. You need people alongside you in that spine of your team that can hug you and cuddle you and get you through it. You know what I mean? It's from a football perspective. Those Chelsea young players don't have that safety of that spine. They just don't, and I think they need that. I'm not saying they need all 6 of those, but they need one in each position. I don't think they've got it. Maybe midfield they have, but not in the other areas.
Dan, do you agree with that? As a young player, do you need like that more experienced player to hug and cuddle you, as G-Nev says?
Look, I think if, say, for example, Trevor Chalobah had Thiago Silva next to him, I think he'd rather it than not. But I don't know. I mean, who's out there that Chelsea can sign now in January? Say at number 9, an experienced number 9 forward for the money that they want to spend. There's not many players out there that can just come in and fill that void. João Pedro's doing great. Liam Delap's been in and out, a few injuries. I don't think they need a number 9. They've got so much attacking players, so much talent there, that they just probably need to just harness it a little bit. The position I would say is, I know Sanchez is doing really well this season. He's improved a lot. I was really surprised they didn't go for Donnarumma in the summer alongside Manchester City, whether they would have got him or not. I don't ever think Chelsea was even interested in him. So that tells you the faith that I had in Robert Sanchez. The centre-half position is probably the key one. But again, experienced centre-backs, will you try and get something now? Possibly Mark Guehi, get him at a cheap deal. Nathan Ake is probably another one that you can just chuck a name out there quickly. Probably coming out of contract at City soon. Ex-Chelsea, 31, he has that experience. He could probably slot straight in there. So yeah, there's not many players that they can add to that squad now.
Kaveh, any suggestions of signing a number 9?
I mean, it's been mentioned to me, but not from anybody inside the club. People outside sort of speculating, throwing names around of clubs who are looking for number 9s, Tottenham. It's been mentioned that Manchester United, Chelsea. I'm not so sure, because Chelsea got Liam Delap in, got João Pedro in as well. I hear what Gary Neville is saying. What he's saying is what a lot of Chelsea fans are saying, that, look, we've got a really, really young squad. It's all well and good signing all these young players and trying to develop them, but there comes a time when you need to sign experienced players as well. But 2 points I would make. One, we don't live in a day and age where you can go out and get a John Terry or a Frank Lampard or a Didier Drogba. And the second point I would make is the recruitment strategy at Chelsea is set in stone, and that is to buy younger players. Having said that, I'm just going back to last summer when they were potentially offered the chance to sign Virgil van Dijk. If he hadn't signed a new contract at Liverpool, that is definitely a player they were in the mix to sign. But all along, their feeling was that he would sign a new contract at Liverpool. So I don't think they totally discount signing older players, but pretty much nearly all the time they're focused on signing players who fit a certain profile, and that profile is a younger player that they can develop.
You were just on your phone there. Got any lines for us? No. Okay, something personal then. Just this thing on number 9s. It's hard to find. It's hard to find number 9s, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I think how many clubs were after one in the summer, and you could almost argue like Isak, Gyökeres and Benjamin Sesko, Voltemada, those were the big ones, if I've missed any out, that moved into the Premier League. Who's been the most successful? Probably the one that we least expected to be the most successful in Nick Voltemada so far. Of course, we've got to give everyone time. Alexander Isak, unfortunately for him, is now, well, a lot of his season's now being curtailed. Gyökeres, I think Arsenal are happy with a lot of the things that he's doing. Clearly, he's going to increase in confidence if he can score more goals. And I think that the penalty, I mean, it's usually either Bukayo Saka and Odegaard. They were both on the pitch, but, you know, they gave him the ball, and that there must have been a reason behind that to increase his confidence maybe. And who knows what that can do for him now. Could set him away into a run of games where he scores every week. So it's very, very difficult. It's the hardest position to find a player. So let's see. It's a very, very problematic one.
Kaveh, just wanted to ask you a bit about Enzo Maresca and his future. It feels like something's going on, doesn't it? How much say is he going to have, do you think, in this window?
I think he's got a say when it comes to recruitment, but he doesn't have the final say. Chelsea have a recruitment structure. They've got lots of sporting directors. There's a sort of team behind the team, and Enzo Maresca is obviously part of that team, and he's also the head coach, but he definitely does not have the final say, because if he did have the final say, then Chelsea would probably have signed a more experienced centre-back at the start of the season. But I think it's something that he has bought into. He's been a little bit frustrated about it, but don't forget, when he got the Chelsea job, he said to Chelsea, this squad is perfect for me. If I could, build a squad that was built for me and the way I want to do things and the way I want to play, this would be the squad. So I think he's happier at Chelsea than is sometimes made out. Obviously, there are some issues behind the scenes.
Some issues, that little 48-hour
But it's Christmas. We don't want to
issue.
go into all that.
Okay, Dan, you'll go into it for us. Those comments about the worst 48 hours since he's been at Chelsea. As a player, and you're hearing your manager say that, how does that feel?
Yeah, I don't think he was aiming that at the players at all. I think it was obviously someone higher up. But yeah, as a player, I don't think, to be honest, when you're back on the team coach and the manager's on the press conference, you actually don't really read it a lot of the time. You don't sit there and go, the manager said this, lads, have a look.
Chelsea have now reached a clear internal verdict regarding their approach to a major January transfer, according to Sky Sports News. After weeks of internal discussions, performance reviews, and financial assessments, the club's hierarchy has aligned with the sporting directors and coaching staff on a defined strategy for the winter window. The decision reflects Chelsea's desire to balance immediate competitiveness with long-term squad planning, ensuring any January move directly improves key areas rather than adding unnecessary depth. Sources suggest the club is prioritizing quality over quantity, with strict criteria set for experience, tactical suitability, and value.